Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Renegade Immortal based on novel. So let's start. This scene shocked everyone except Ju Yi, whose body had already half dissipated. He calmly looked at her. Ting don't mess around. Go back. A mysterious voice suddenly came out of the female corpse. You won't die. At this moment, a series of roars came from the sky. Thanks to the words of the female corpse, the fragment above them suddenly collapsed. An endless barrage of powerful winds descended from the sky and countless cracks immediately appeared on the ground. The female corpse slowly opened her eyes. Bang! The moment she opened her eyes, the ground suddenly shattered. It wasn't just the ground below their feet this time, the two fragments below collapsed as well. Wang Lin's eyes were filled with shock. He backed up immediately. He wasn't the only one that was shocked. Kai Hu's eyes were also filled with disbelief. Only the old man's eyes lit up, then he seemed to remember something and then his expression turned into one of deep fear. First rain sword, appear. A ray of golden light came from deep down below them. As the golden light got closer, Wang Lin felt a powerful sword intent coming toward them. That female corpse stepped forward and grabbed the light. Suddenly, a sword hymn that pierced through the entire celestial realm rang out. The female corpse held the golden light and pointed at Ju Yi's burning origin soul. Ju Yi's origin soul was sucked into the golden light. Having protected me for more than 2,000 years, you worked hard. I give you the soul of a celestial sword. In 10,000 years, you will become a celestial saint. She turned around and coldly looked at Kai Hu and the old man. Finally, her gaze fell on Wang Lin. She looked at him carefully. Then she gently waved her hand and the pagoda flew toward Wang Lin. Then the golden light in her hand turned into a giant, golden dragon that took her and left through the void. At this moment, every single cultivator, no matter which fragment they were on, was terrified after they heard this sword hymn. Even those in life and death fights couldn't help but stop. On one of the centermost fragments of the celestial realm, a green-robed scholar suddenly raised his head, revealing his shining eyes. He whispered, Rain Celestial Sword. That's right, only the Rain Celestial Sword can let out such a sword hymn. Only, I don't know which one. A mysterious light appeared in his eyes as he jumped into the air. He closed his eyes for a bit and then charged toward the origin of the sword hymn like lightning. On a fragment in the northwest of the celestial realm sat a purple-robed old man. He looked at the sky with a serious expression. After pondering for a bit, he took one step and flew toward the sword hymn. Is it the Rain Celestial Sword? If my Da Lu Sword sect gets it, then our power will definitely increase several-fold. I have a celestial beast, which I can use to take control of the celestial sword from the celestial sword spirit within the sword. He flew up and suddenly a two-horned Chileen appeared in the air. He stepped on top of the Chileen's head and the Chileen shot two streams of hot air from its nose. The moment those two streams of hot air came out, the celestial fragment he was on collapsed. A large number of spatial rifts began to appear as the ground collapsed. The void began to devour the fragment, but none of it affected the old man. The Chileen jumped into one of the rifts and disappeared. As for Wang Lin, both of the fragments above and below him had collapsed. Kai Hu was completely dumbfounded and his face was filled with panic. Wang Lin shouted, Kai Hu. Star compass. The spatial rifts were beginning to connect with each other, and the ground had completely disappeared into the void. The void kept on closing in on them. Kai Hu immediately woke up, and without a word took out the star compass. This compass was already badly damaged and another crack was added the moment it appeared. However, they couldn't be too bothered with it. Kai Hu jumped to the center of the compass. Wang Lin landed on the compass almost at the same time as Kai Hu and the location he picked was the eastern corner. As for Sun Tai, he looked at where the female corpse had disappeared and in a flash sat down next to Wang Lin. Sun Tai calmly said, the star compass, one of the giant demon clan's prized treasures. Sadly, it is a defective product. Kai Hu bitterly smiled. He clenched his teeth as he controlled the compass to move toward the void. Sun Tai's eyes lit up as he said to Wang Lin, Seng Nyo, this void is very dangerous and this compass is too damaged to move very far. If you agree to release the seal, I can promise to safely return you to Suzaku. How about it? The reason he called Wang Lin master was because Ju Yi was there. He had to at least act like he agreed. Now that Juyi was dead, how could he, a soul transformation cultivator, be willing to become a slave? Aside from death, this was the biggest disgrace he could face. He wished he could kill Wang Lin and refine him into a mummy. Sun Tai slowly said, "You don't have to answer me now, and this old man won't let you release the seal for nothing. I'll gift you 2 late-stage soul formation puppets. With them around, your safety in the future is secured. I can also gift you cultivation methods. Just say what kind you want and I'll find a way to get them for you. In addition, I have celestial pills and medication. As long as you agree, we can work it out." Wang Lin looked at Sun Tai and calmly said, "With Senior's cultivation, you of course won't agree to become someone's slave. This I understand. However, not to mention the fact that I don't even know how to release the seal, even if I could, I wouldn't immediately release it." Sun Tai frowned and coldly said, "Little brat, do you really think you are my master?" Wang Lin calmly shook his head and said, "It is Senior Juyi's will, not mine. Also, does Senior think I'm a child? I'm afraid that the first thing Senior will do after I release the seal is kill me." Sun Tai's face was gloomy as he stared at Wang Lin. After a while, he let out a laugh, but his laugh was filled with evil intent. "Speak. What would it take for you to release the seal?" Wang Lin shook his head and smiled. "I don't know the technique to release the seal, so how can I release it?" Sun Tai suddenly stood up as he stared at Wang Lin and said, "Word for word, little brat, if you refuse the toast of victory, then you'll drink the bitter wine of defeat instead. I'm the head elder of the corpse sect of Suzaku, a soul transformation cultivator. I refuse to bow to anyone, especially a junior like you that I can kill with 2 fingers. Also, don't think that you can kill me with your command. I can tell you that I don't just have 3 souls, but a 4th one as well. This 4th soul is inside the body in the coffin. You can cause the soul in this body to shatter, but when it does, my 4th soul will kill you." Wang Lin smiled as he realized something and said, "For Senior to say all of this, you must have some other meaning behind it all, besides to tell me to release the seal. Senior must already know that this seal is not something I can release." Sun Tai stared at Wang Lin. After carefully looking at Wang Lin for a while, he said, "Good, no wonder you are someone who Juyi chose. You are smarter than most. I'll naturally look for a method of breaking the seal myself, but before that, you must take a trip with me. I'm going to trap you somewhere. Only then can I relax. However, you don't have to worry. I swear that once the seal has been released, I'll compensate you." Wang Lin's eyes lit up and he shouted, "Sun Tai, I wonder, if I were to die, would your 3rd soul be affected?" "Don't worry, I won't let you die." Sun Tai sneered as he reached toward Wang Lin. "The slave seal isn't stable. Use the pagoda to protect yourself." This was the last phrase Juyi said to him before he dissipated. Wang Lin remained calm as he stared at Sun Tai and watched his hand come closer. Just as Sun Tai was about to grab Wang Lin, a white light shined from Wang Lin's bag of holding and the pagoda appeared. This white light contained Juyi's ascendant level craze domain. Sun Tai let out a painful groan as he quickly backed up. Wang Lin's eyes lit up. Juyi said that this pagoda could counter Sun Tai, but he didn't say anything about the 4th soul. He couldn't let Sun Tai know of this. Thinking of this, he held the pagoda in his hand and suddenly rushed out. His eyes were filled with a strange light as he sneered, "Sun Tai, the domain on his pagoda normally only pushes people out and has no harmful effect. However, it is harmful for you. This is something Senior Juyi secretly did to counter you." Sun Tai's face became gloomy. That light from the pagoda was very harmful to him. He knew that this was due to the seal in his body. He continued to retreat. Wang Lin continued to move forward as he coldly shouted, "If it was any other sect, I wouldn't know much, but since it is the corpse sect, I know quite a bit. The corpse puppet inside that coffin can't contain your 4th soul. It is most likely someone else's soul. Even if it is your 4th soul, it is a broken soul." Sun Tai's face was very ugly. His voice was hoarse as he said, "If you don't believe me, you can try it." Wang Lin laughed as he stared at Sun Tai. He took a step forward and shouted, "Sun Tai, do you really think I won't dare to try? With Senior Juyi's cultivation, do you really think he would leave behind such an unstable disaster like you? With only one thought, you will die for sure. Even if you do have a 4th soul, Senior Juyi already considered it. Seeing how your cultivation level isn't easy to obtain, I didn't want to kill you, but seeing that you want to rebel, then you should die." Sun Tai's eyes lit up. While he showed none of it on the outside, he began to doubt himself. It was true, considering Ju Yi's cultivation level, how could he leave behind any issues for this junior? Could it be that Ju Yi somehow unknowingly factored in all of his abilities? Sun Tai's heart trembled. Sun Tai, do you not remember that the female corpse flicked the pagoda at me? Could you not see the hidden meaning behind it? Wang Lin's voice was even louder and was filled with a sense of majesty. He stepped forward with the pagoda in his hand, and at this moment, he looked unstoppable. Sun Tai was convinced by Wang Lin's words. He was now scared and continued to retreat. What hidden meaning? Sun Tai's heart was in panic, but he didn't show any of it. Wang Lin let out a laugh and continued to move forward. You should eventually figure out the hidden meaning yourself. If you still don't understand it by the end, then that will be the end of your life. Sun Tai continued to back up. He moved even faster this time and quickly got far away. I won't lower myself to deal with a junior like you. If you dare to destroy my third soul, you will see how I will retaliate. With that, he quickly flew off into the distance and no longer talked about trapping Wang Lin. Wang Lin stood in place as he coldly watched Sun Tai disappear into the distance. Only after he was gone did Wang Lin finally relax a bit. This Sun Tai's cultivation level was too high. This type of slave was something Wang Lin would never want. It seemed even Ju Yi didn't realize that Sun Tai had a fourth soul. Wang Lin secretly thought, even if he has a fourth soul, if his third soul were to die, his cultivation level would drop greatly. It might even leave behind a hidden wound. If that happens, Sun Tai won't be scared away by just a few words from me. He turned and flew toward Kai Hu and the compass. Wang Lin knew that what just happened was very dangerous. If he had hesitated for a moment, he would have been caught by Sun Tai. If I can destroy Sun Tai's fourth soul, then I can really take him as my slave. Wang Lin quickly returned to the star compass. Brother Seng, that Sun Tai is the corpse sect's head elder. You have to be careful in the future. Kai Hu saw what had just happened and Wang Lin's status increased in his mind. As the giant demon clan's young master, instead of making enemies, he wanted to become friends with heroes. Throughout their journey, Wang Lin had shown both his wit and determination. His cultivation was also very amazing, which made Kai Hu want to make Wang Lin his friend. Wang Lin smiled and said, no need to worry. If it wasn't for the fact that Senior Ju Yi told me that there would be great use in keeping him alive, I would have already killed him and used this pagoda to seal his fourth soul. There would have been no way for him to escape his fate. Wang Lin said all of this with a very calm expression. He knew that even if that Sun Tai had left, he would have used his divine sense to spy on them. Kai Hu was startled. He didn't ask anymore as he focused on controlling the star compass, and they disappeared into the void. Not long after they left, Sun Tai appeared. He stared at the direction Wang Lin disappeared to with an unsettling expression. Although I can't believe everything this junior says, 80% of it should be true. How would an early-stage soul formation cultivator be so calm when facing me otherwise? HMMPH. I was wondering why he wasn't willing to destroy my third soul. It seems Ju Yi has already passed him a message. Now I only have to find out what they intend to use me for. Sun Tai pondered for a bit before flying forward. What kind of problem is this? I can't kill him or trap him. Why is it so problematic? If I force him too much, he might decide to go against Ju Yi's words and destroy my third soul. Although I have the fourth soul, it is not fully grown yet. The death of the third soul will not only decrease my cultivation level, it will also decrease my lifespan. He let out a very frustrated sigh. The star compass Wang Lin and Kai Hu were on moved very quickly across the void. However, after a few hours, the cracks on the compass increased until it finally stopped and was unable to move anymore. Wang Lin still didn't move or say anything. Brother Seng, this star compass can no longer fly. We will have to fly on our own. However, this void is too dangerous, Kai Hu jumped off the star compass with a bitter expression. Wang Lin casually looked at the star compass and said, Brother Kai Hu, you only brought one star compass. Kai Hu bitterly smiled. Brother Seng, the star compass is a very rare treasure. Even in all of Suzaku, there aren't many. Our giant demon sect only has one from back when we moved to this planet, but now it has been broken by me. When I get back, I'll be punished into closed-door cultivation for sure. Wang Lin calmly smiled and said, Brother Kai Hu, although we haven't known each other for long, we have been through life and death together. I won't lie to you. I can repair this star compass. Kai-Hu was startled. He was just thinking about what to do without the star compass. Not only would their speed slow down a lot, they also wouldn't have the map to guide them. It would take them a long time to leave this place by flying on their own, and there were countless dangerous creatures that lived in the void. If Brother Seng can repair this star compass, then the two of us can definitely leave this place. Kai-Hu didn't ask how Wang Lin knew how to repair this very rare star compass. Everyone had their secrets, and if Wang Lin didn't speak, then it would only be rude to ask. Wang Lin silently smiled as he looked at Kai-Hu. Kai-Hu immediately understood and quickly said, Brother Seng, I won't ask you to repair this star compass for nothing. If there is anything you need, just ask. Wang Lin shook his head. The material to repair the star compass is too precious, and it also requires a large amount of spiritual energy. If I repair this star compass, it will need to belong to me. I hope Brother Kai-Hu can understand. Kai-Hu's expression didn't change. He remained silent. This star compass was an important treasure to his family. Although it was useless now, to simply give it away would make him feel very frustrated. Wang Lin gently smiled. If it is too difficult for Brother Kai-Hu, I'm still willing to fix it for you as a token of my friendship. Kai-Hu raised his head. He looked at Wang Lin and laughed. Brother Seng, is what you're saying true? Wang Lin smiled. It is true. However, I will need this star compass for something in the future, so when I need to borrow it, don't reject me. Kai-Hu stared at Wang Lin and secretly wondered if what he was saying was true, or if he was lying. However, he suddenly laughed and gave up on thinking about it. No matter if what Wang Lin was saying was true, or if it was a lie, the meaning was still the same. If Seng Nyo is trying to force me or trick me, then even if I were to give him the star compass, I would not be happy. If that happens and I make it out of here alive, I will definitely find a way to take revenge. However, the way he is speaking is filled with sincerity. He does indeed consider me a friend. And Seng Nyo's cultivation is very shocking. He also received the Ascendant Crystal from Ju Yi, making him the person in my generation most likely to reach the Ascendant stage. If I make friends with him now, he might be able to help my clan in the future. Thinking about this, he regretfully said, Brother Seng, since you consider me a friend, how could I be stingy? If you were to try to borrow it in the future, with the temper of those old guys back at home, there is no way they would easily lend it to you. So today, I might as well gift it to you. Wang Lin smiled. He clasped his hands and said, thanks. Without a word, Kai-Hu waved his hand and the star compass returned to his hand. He wiped away his imprint on the compass and handed it Wang Lin. Brother Seng, this star compass is now yours. Wang Lin faintly smiled and said, I will have to ask Brother Kai-Hu to protect me. I'm going to refine it now. You want me to protect you? Kai-Hu stared at Wang Lin with a serious expression. After a long time, he nodded and said, Brother Seng, I, Kai-Hu, really do consider you a friend, so please rest assured. Wang Lin didn't say anything as he sat down in the lotus position in the air. He slapped his bag of holding and took out the purple gold stone. After placing a few seals on it, he began to refine the purple gold stone. Without moving from the lotus position, Wang Lin released a large amount of wandering souls from his brow. Normal people couldn't see the wandering souls, but if Kai-Hu attempts to attack him, the wandering souls will protect Wang Lin. After 400 plus years of killing, Wang Lin would not easily trust anyone. After a long time, the purple gold liquid floated before him. The mix of purple and gold light was very pretty. If there was no star compass and he had to make one from nothing, it would simply require too many materials. Although this star compass was heavily damaged, it was much easier to repair it than to make a new one. Wang Lin's right hand pointed at the purple gold liquid and fused it with the star compass. Then his hand quickly formed seals from the ancient gods' memories to quickly refine it. The complex symbols on the compass began to shine. As time passed, more and more symbols on the compass began to flash rapidly. Kai-Hu was still very alert, with his divine sense spread out. He would notice anything happening within 100 meters of them. He didn't dare to spread it out too far, as there were far too many dangers lurking in this void. If he were to spread his divine sense out too far, it would only act as a light to guide those creatures that lived here. Kai-Hu didn't look at the seals and techniques Wang Lin was using at all. There was a 20-foot wide hole around Wang Lin that his divine sense was not touching. Since Seng Nyo has good intentions and trusts me, how could I, Kai Hu, who stands proudly as an honorable man, allow him to feel nervous? Also, that ascendant crystal is a gift from Ju Yi, so there must be restrictions on it. Even if I were to obtain it, it would bring a lot of trouble in the future. The Seng family has a lot of powerful members, so I can't cause this kind of disaster for my clan. Also, even if I were to use my clan's secret treasure, I feel like I would only have a 50% chance of winning, so it is better not to act at this point. Sun Tai was observing them from a distance. He was outside of their detection range. This Seng Nyo even knows how to repair the star compass. He is not simple. If I act now, I'm 70% confident I can restrain him before he can do anything. However, if I act without 100% confidence, it could result in me losing something I can't afford to lose. Difficult. This slave seal is simply too powerful to be able to destroy my soul with just a thought. It makes it far too dangerous for me to risk it. His eyes revealed a look of hesitation. After a long time, he let out a sigh and gave up on this gamble. This third soul was his main soul. Unless he absolutely had to, it was not worth risking it. A few days later, the star compass before Wang Lin shined brightly. All of the strange symbols on it glowed brightly before dimming back down. Wang Lin opened his eyes. Kai Hu immediately noticed and looked over. Brother Seng, are you finished repairing it? Unfortunately, I'm still lacking in materials and can only do some minor repairs. This star compass was originally incomplete and is missing a type of metal. Without this metal, this compass has no attack capability. No wonder it is considered a fake. In addition, the missing corner would require another type of material, but using it should be fine for now. Wang Lin secretly sighed. After hearing Kai Hu's question, Wang Lin nodded and smiled. There should be no problems leaving this void. Kai Hu let out a breath of relief. Over the past few days, he saw many strange creatures wandering around. Some of them completely ignored him, but some of them showed interest toward him. Although all of them were just scares in the end and he hadn't faced any real danger, he didn't want to stay around here any longer. Wang Lin pointed at the compass and it immediately became larger. Its size was at least twice the size from before. Wang Lin sat down in the center of the compass. Kai Hu's eyes lit up. He looked at it for a bit with interest before sitting down on the eastern corner. This compass contained a sliver of Wang Lin's divine sense, so when he sat down, the compass felt like it was part of his body and merged with him. With a thought, the compass began to move at a speed several times faster than before and disappeared. Kai Hu sent out a message. Brother Seng is really amazing. The compass is several times faster than before. Wang Lin replied, Brother Kai Hu, now that this compass has been refined by me, it no longer needs someone to guide it. So you can rest and cultivate. The star compass flashed by like a ghostly light, as it quickly flew past various strange creatures. Whenever they encountered dangerous creatures, Wang Lin immediately flew around them. Wang Lin initially felt a bit strange controlling the compass, but after flying for a while, he had completely mastered it. Controlling the compass was not much different from controlling his own body right now. This speed was something Wang Lin could never achieve when flying with just his body. Only by constantly using teleportation could he compare to this star compass. Wang Lin secretly thought, this is indeed a rare treasure. With this speed, it would be hard for even soul transformation cultivators to catch up. This trip to the celestial realm was not a waste, the harvest was beyond his imagination. Star compass, celestial jade, and the war god chariots. If he also considered that pagoda, then his harvest was really too amazing. In addition, there was also a rebellious soul transformation slave. In a certain location, on one of the various celestial fragments. The fragment here wasn't as badly damaged. One could see a hint of what the celestial realm was like before. The green grass covering the ground and the cloud floating at the peak of the mountains showed a hint of what this place originally looked like. A very beautiful woman in white silently appeared. Under her feet was a golden dragon that released waves of sword energy. However, at the brow of this golden dragon, there was a mass of purple that would sometimes reveal Ju Yi's helpless face. If the celestial realm was still intact, all I would have needed to do is throw you into the celestial purification pond to help you recover. However, now that that's gone, just one rain celestial sword is too slow. A helpless voice coming from the purple mass on the dragon's forehead said, Ting why are you doing all of this? Do you want to waste all of the celestial spiritual energy I have gathered for you? The white-robed woman calmly said, "You are a celestial emperor crowned by me, Qin Feng. If I refuse let you die, you can't die. Also, I'm not called Ting. Ju Yi revealed a painful expression. After a long time, he whispered, "That is correct, you are not called Ting. I have already remembered everything. Since you are not Ting, then let me leave. I'm already dead." The white-robed woman began to ponder. After a while she said, "However, this name, Ting, I like it very much." Ju Yi was startled. His eyes revealed signs of joy as he said, "Ting." The white-robed woman pondered for a bit before responding. She pressed her hand against the celestial fragment below her and recited a few crisp chants. Suddenly, the ground began to tremble and countless cracks appeared. Rays of golden light peered out from underground. Shortly after, all of the golden lights gathered in one place and the ground there began to break. A crisp sword hymn that spread across the entire celestial realm rang out as the celestial sword appeared. The golden dragon under the white-robed woman let out a roar due to the sword hymn, and then a roar came back from under the ground as well. Second rain celestial sword, appear. Bang! The ground broke as a golden dragon charged up from below. As it moved, the surrounding earth began to collapse into the void. After it appeared, it intertwined with the golden dragon under the white zero-robed woman's feet. The two dragons began to let out joyous roars as if two old friends were meeting. At this moment, far away in the void, the Daelu sect old man, who was sitting on top of a Chilean suddenly opened his eyes. The moment he opened his eyes, a powerful creature of the void let out a miserable groan and ran away in panic. Another rain celestial sword. There are a total of 5 rain celestial swords. 1 shattered back then, so 4 remain. 2 out of the 4 have appeared, but I just don't know if that is enough to awaken the sword spirit. If the sword spirit awakens, then every single sword spirit in the celestial realm will respond. The old man let out a smile of anticipation as he touched the Chilean under him and said, "If the celestials are still alive, they will be impossible to obtain with my current cultivation." His eyes sparkled as the Chilean under his feet began to move even faster. After a while, a joyous expression appeared on his face. They reacted. The 2 golden dragons below the white-robed woman continued to roar as they intertwined with each other. The woman's hand formed the shape of a jade bottle as she said, "Back then, the celestial realm encountered a catastrophe, and the rain celestial sword spirit was shattered into countless pieces. They fused into countless celestial sword and became broken sword spirits. Today, Ju Yi, I crown you as the new sword spirit. Sword spirit, gather." The moment she finished speaking, every single celestial realm fragment, whether they had people on them or not, began to tremble. This shaking of the earth was not because it was collapsing, and the shaking of the sky was not caused by spatial rifts. One by one, celestial swords flew out from the fragments, and one by one the celestial swords reformed in the air. Sword hymns echoed from one celestial sword to the next, from one fragment to the next. Almost in the blink of an eye, the sword hymns were coming from every part of the celestial realm. At this moment, there was only one sound in the celestial realm. That was the sound of a sword. A disciple of the Daelu sword sect was currently fighting someone to steal their treasure. When he saw the panic on his opponent's face, he sneered as he swung down his sword. However, the sneer disappeared very quickly and was replaced with confusion. Waves of sword hymns were coming in from all directions. His ears were being filled with the sword hymns. Just as he swung down his treasured sword, there was a series of crackling sounds as cracks appeared on his sword. In almost the blink of an eye, his treasured sword shattered. On the other celestial fragment, the flying swords under some cultivators' feet immediately shattered as they were flying. A woman who had just entered the vortex and landed on a fragment suddenly heard the sword hymn. She thought that something had happened, so she reactively took out a rainbow-colored flying sword from her bag of holding. This flying sword was her sect's important treasure, but the moment it appeared, cracks appeared on it as it shattered. In this moment, no matter where in the celestial realm they were and no matter what their cultivation level was, if a cultivator had a sword out, that sword would shatter. The sword shatters due to shame. The sword shatters to feed the soul. The sword shatters for the sword crazed. The rain celestial sword had a new soul, and that new soul was Ju Yi. The rain celestial sword spirit has returned. 10,000 swords shattered, 10,000 swords returned, 10,000 swords fused into one. All of the celestial swords in the celestial realm flew toward one direction. Anyone who dared to block them was killed. If a person blocked them, they would kill that person. If land blocked them, they would destroy the land. If the sky blocked them, they would shatter the sky. And if a beast blocked them, they would kill the beast. At this moment in the void, a middle-aged scholar was walking about. Whenever a strange creature saw him, it would avoid him. None of them dared to get close to him. He was walking through the void when he heard the sword hymn. This caused his expression to change. They were attracted. At the same time, many swords closed in from the distance. Even with the middle-aged man's cultivation, he didn't dare to block them, so he decided to dodge. His body suddenly disappeared. After the swords passed by, his eyes lit up as he quickly chased after them. As long as I follow the swords, I can find the Rain Celestial Sword. He wasn't the only cultivator with this idea. Right now, almost every single cultivator was leaving their celestial fragment and following the swords. They all wanted to see what exactly could cause all these swords to go crazy. Wang Lin was on the compass when he heard the sword hymn. He suddenly stopped. Kaihu's face sank as he said, "Brother Seng, I'm afraid that something big has happened." Before he finished speaking, he saw rows of swords in the distance. They were all emitting powerful sword energy as they were flying his way. Kaihu took a closer look and shouted, These are all celestial swords." Those celestial swords were very fast, so they quickly closed in. Wang Lin sucked in a breath of cold air as he quickly controlled the compass to dodge to the side. The celestial swords flew past him. Wang Lin was shocked. What exactly happened? Kaihu's face was filled with terror as he pointed at something. "Look, Brother Seng, there are more celestial swords there." They saw countless celestial swords appear over there. They were heading in the same direction as the ones from earlier. Part 1 end here.